Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a whip and chat. I thought I'd do it now before my sister comes over and makes lots of noise. So I thought I'd do it today. I'm still working on my Elizabeth. I'm loving it a lot. I think so far this is my favorite diamond painting I've done. I'm really enjoying it. It's really relaxing. And I don't know, I'm just liking every minute of it. So my sister is probably going to be over soon to move some more stuff in. She's like, oh, the last whip and chat, you made me sound like I was a charity case because she's moving in. And I'm like, that's not what I meant. Me and my sister both own this house. She owned another house. She sold the other house and she's moving out of that house. She bought a different house, but she decided to do a rental. So when she's renting out the other place, she will be living here with me in this house that we both own together. So just to put it out there that I cleared up, it's not a charity case. I didn't even mean it for her to sound like she was a charity case, but that is the situation. She bought her daughter's house, and then her daughter is buying a different house. So yeah, that is what the scoop is about my sister moving here. So she has been moving in slowly. I think she has to be out by the middle of June. So she's been moving things over slowly as she goes. I still think she should get a truck, but she's being stubborn, but whatever. It's not me that's moving it, it's her, so she can do what she pleases. So anyway, I have today off. I had yesterday off. I meant to do a whip and chat, but I just wasn't in the mood yesterday to do anything really. I did a bit of diamond painting and I caught up on some TV shows. I watched some videos on YouTube and just had a relaxing day at home. And my sister came over and moved some stuff in. It rained. It really poured yesterday. So it's kind of like, oh, in the morning, actually, I'm lying. That's not all I did yesterday. So in the morning, when I dropped off my daughter to school, my other daughter that lives in London asked me if I do toy rotation with her, which means she works in a daycare, and I guess they rotate the toys out every few months so that the kids don't always feel like they're playing with the same toys. So she has to go bring in the toys from the one center to the main office to switch them out. So she asked me if I'd do it with her, and I said sure. And then she took me out for a belated Mother's Day breakfast, which was really nice because I didn't get to see her on Mother's Day. So that was really nice of her. We went out for breakfast and then we went across London to the other side to pick up the toys and then bring them back. And then I dropped her off at her house because they only have one vehicle. So I did not have a problem with helping her, even though I kind of griped about it a little bit, but that's what mothers do, right? Got a little whine a little bit. But yeah, that's what I did yesterday morning. I forgot about that. Then I came home and relaxed. I feel like my days off are too short. And then I feel like I have to do the weekend shift. I'm already dreading it. Don't want to do it. But it's going to be shut down in a few months. So I have to make as much money as I can. But it's hard. It's hard doing the weekend shift, especially when the nice weather comes, right? Because everybody's home, having fun, doing family things, get-togethers on the weekend, and it always seems that everybody's doing a get-together. On the weekend, you're working, but on the weekend, you're off, nobody's doing nothing. But as soon as you have to work, oh, there's an event coming up. Never fails. That's my life story. But at least I only work straight days now, so it's not so bad. I'm home by 6. So in the summertime, it doesn't get dark till what, 9 o'clock? So it won't be so bad, I don't think. But can't stay up too late because I have to be up early in the morning, and then you're tired, and then you don't want to go because you're tired. So yeah, it's a win-win situation. I don't know. So I thought about doing, not really a tag, but a little bit of facts of my background. So I thought I'd do that for this chat. And so my parents originate from the Azores, which is an island. Well, there are 9 islands off the coast of Portugal. My parents came from the island of Flores, which means flowers. Because apparently, I've never been there, but apparently everything's covered with flowers there. Everywhere you go, there's flowers. The fields are divided with flowers. I guess it's very pretty. So that's where my parents come from. So growing up, my parents immigrated to Canada in about, I don't know if I have the right date, but it was 1963 or 4. They immigrated into Canada. So we've lived in the town that we lived in all our lives. My parents moved here. They bought this house, which I saw the deed to it. They paid $4,000 for it, put $2,000 down. So you can just imagine, like, the cost of living back then was so much different than now. So, being Portuguese is, how do I explain it? Because my parents were very strict with their values and their culture and what is expected, what is bad, what is shameful. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a Portuguese girl, you're not allowed to do anything. Like, you're not allowed to go out with your friends. You're not allowed to date unless like you're at home with your boyfriend, and you're not allowed to go anywhere. Like this is why I got married so young. Because, and then my mom would be like, my mom's favorite words, okay, were, in Portugal, you would not see young girls acting the way you Canadian girls do. That was her famous line to us as we were growing up. And I'd always say, Mom, you haven't been in there for years. How do you know what it's like? They could be just like we are here. You don't know because you haven't been back. You're just going by the time that you came to Canada, which was in the 60s. It is now 2000s. It's not the same, Mom. I would always say to her. But they always had, you know, we have our customs and our culture. The Catholic religion is a big thing in the Portuguese, well, in the community. My family anyway. Okay, I'm going to switch colors. Sorry. And we'd have to go to church every week faithfully. And we went to Catholic school. We went to Catholic high school, Catholic public school. Well, it's not really public. It's called the Catholic Board of Education here in Canada. I was not allowed to go to public high school, but I didn't want to anyway. Nope, I'm doing the wrong number. Jeez. No, I'm not. I'm doing the right number. Never mind. Had a blonde moment there. Sorry if you're blonde. I don't mean it offensively. But, so, I wasn't allowed to go to sleepovers at people's houses. I wasn't allowed to hang out with my friends. Like, it was like pulling teeth. Like, my mom did allow me a few times, but it was like pulling teeth with her to let me go. I think I was allowed one sleepover in the whole entire time, and it was only because my sister Helen talked her into it. So, it was like very different growing up. And you were allowed to hang out with, like, I had a friend that lived near me. I was allowed to hang out with her, but she was also Portuguese. So it wasn't that much different. And then my grandparents lived next door to us. So my grandparents took care of me up until they died when I was very young. I think my dad died when I was, no, not my dad. My dad did die, but my grandfather died, I think, when I was in grade 1. Oh, and he was the best. I loved my grandpa. And then my grandma died when I was like in maybe grade 3. A little bit longer. She was alive. But they lived next door to us, and when my parents went to work, they took care of me, and I became their little favorite. My cousin Marlene would always say, oh, Grandpa used to make us hail to Queen Elizabeth, just as a joke, but I don't remember any of that, but some reason she holds grudge on that one. I don't know. I did. I know I was his favorite, but I don't remember that. So my aunt, like my grandparents live with my aunt next door. My aunt doesn't live there anymore. She passed away 2 years ago now. So now I have new neighbors. But guess what? They're Portuguese too. Everybody on the street is Portuguese, but 2 houses. Well, sorry, 3 now, because the one at the end was Portuguese, but she sold it, and now a Canadian couple lives there. So, doesn't that sound funny? I say Canadian couple when I am Canadian, but I always consider myself as Canadian Portuguese. It's just a thing we do. We love our soccer, which is football in Europe. When they're playing the World Cup, everybody in town knows if they win, because they do a parade downtown, honking their horns, waving their flags. Yeah, this town is full of Portuguese. I would say probably half the population is Portuguese, and probably almost the other half is Dutch in this town. The Dutch more so because a lot of them, back when my parents first moved here, this area was booming with tobacco, but I don't think anymore. We don't sell tobacco around here. I don't see any farms anymore. A lot of them are abandoned. But the Dutch, majority of the Dutch own these tobacco farms. And the Portuguese people used to work for them. And then my parents worked in the fields, but then my mom also worked in the factory that I worked at for 7 years. And my mom worked there, and my dad worked for Cuddy Farms, which is like a turkey company that we have in Canada. I don't know if they have Cuddies in the States or not. But yeah, I don't think they do. I think it's a Canadian thing. And then, like, when you speak Portuguese, it's translated differently. And I'd be famous for saying, go close the light, or go open the light, instead of go turn off the light and turn on the light. Because in Portuguese, you say fecha and abra, and that's open, close. So forever like in English, I would say, can you go open the light? And then people would be like, how do you open it? And I'd be like, oh, can you turn on the light? It's just like when you grow up and your parents only speak Portuguese, you tend to get into those habits, right? So I ended up getting married very young because back then it was the right thing to do. You don't just go move in with somebody. That was like a no-no in the Portuguese community. Like, that was a sin. And my mom would always be like, oh, so-and-so is talking, like, so-and-so is talking about you, and you're doing this, and you're doing that, and they're talking bad about you, and I'm so embarrassed. And I'm like, Mom, who cares what they say? They should look at their own backyard, because their children are not saints. That's what I'd always say to her, but she was always worried about what the Portuguese community said and what everybody said about us. And I personally didn't care what they thought of me, but to my mom, it mattered. And I kind of understand, but still, like, they're such gossip queens. Like, you don't even understand the gossip. Like, they live, they thrive. But a lot of people do, like, even everybody thrives on gossip. But it just seems like my mom never liked going to Portuguese Mass because they would talk bad about what you're wearing. So we always went to the Canadian Mass. Ever since I can remember growing up, we went to the 7 o'clock evening Mass, which they don't have the 7 o'clock anymore, but they did back then. I used to dread going to church every week with my mom. And that seems to be like, I was the only one that had to go with her. Nobody else had to go. My dad never went to church, but my mom went faithfully. My mom was very religious. Towards the end, like when she got older, she couldn't go to church anymore, but they would come here to the house to give her the sacrament of communion. She did that for a while, but then she stopped doing that too. Then when she passed away, I totally forgot about how much she was involved in the church and how she loved her church until after she passed away. And I remember it because towards the end, she never went anymore. And I totally, like, you tend to forget the past when all her friends from the church came to her funeral. And that was devastating to me. I feel like my parents had me, and my mom had me in her 40s. So I never knew my mom to be young and vibrant, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was robbed from that, but yet I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't feel guilty that way, because there's some people that lose their parents at a very young age, and I would feel bad for them too. But I just feel like I wish I had known her when she was young. I don't know. Maybe that's selfish of me. I don't know. But there's nothing I can do about it. What other things did we have to do when we were younger? I wrote some of them down. See if I can. Oh yeah. I said. Oh, another thing is, in the Portuguese community, for some reason, they need 2 kitchens in their house. For what reason? I do not know. But you know you're at a Portuguese house when there's a kitchen upstairs and a kitchen in the basement. And they don't use the kitchen upstairs. Oh, no, no, no. That's forbidden. You use the kitchen in the basement. I don't know what the theory and why all their houses are like this, but that's how it goes. And then they have a living room that they don't use. So basically, the whole top main floor of your house is off limits, which is silly. Now, we had 2 kitchens, but my mom was not the typical Portuguese person that had all those little knickknacks and all the crazy stuff all over her house. She wasn't like that. My mom was very, like, plain Jane. I wouldn't say she was cheap, but materialistic things didn't matter to my mom. Like, she wasn't. I forget what number I was on, for real. For real. I don't remember what number I just poured. I don't remember. See, this is a little bit of the craziness coming out. I don't remember what number this is, so now we gotta figure this out. Was it this one? I don't think so. Is it Y? No. I don't think so. Oh, dear Lord. What have I done? Pray for me. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. What is this? Oh, I figured it out. See? Doesn't take me long when I figure it out. I really gotta remember to keep one of these open so I know what the heck I'm doing, because I lose track all the time. That is the one thing that I lack expertise at, is that. So yeah, so back to, I'm gonna get, hold on, where was Y? I'm gonna do Y next. That's what I'm gonna do. So back to when I grew up, like, it was supposed to be like funny, but like it's funny to me, but it wouldn't be funny to you because you guys wouldn't understand what I mean by it. But if you're a Portuguese, you would totally understand sayings I would say or something, because if you're Portuguese and you live with Portuguese immigrant parents, you know, like, if you watch, there's YouTubers out there called the Portuguese Kids, like, their skits are so typical Portuguese family. They're actually from Fall Rivers in Massachusetts, Stoughton, Massachusetts, or Fall Rivers. I can't remember which one they're from, but they are funny. Funny. The way they stereotype our parents. Because it's like not just me that had to deal with it. It was all of us. And it's just so funny, their videos. Like, everybody that is Portuguese has someone in their family named Maria. I don't care who you are. You got somebody in your family named Maria. Heck, I do. Sister Helen's real name is Maria, but she doesn't like it, so we call her Helen. Her given name is Maria. I don't know where my mom came up with Elizabeth. Oh, the other day we were cleaning up my mom's cabinet and my daughter finds a baptism candle. And she's like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, well, that's a baptismal candle. I said, it must be yours. And she's like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, oh yeah, the box looks pretty old. Meanwhile, on this side is written my name. And it says Elizabeth. And I'm like, huh? Like, did my mom tell them my name was Elizabeth? Like, is that what's in the archives of the church? Is that my name is Elizabeth? Like, That's not, that's how my mom used to say Elizabeth, was Elizabeth. So I just thought that was pretty funny when I saw that they wrote it that way. But I also have it. I have my first communion at that church. I have a confirmation at that church. I did not get married at that church. That was the only thing I did not do. I got married Anglican because I got married to my husband, which his family was British, and they all went to the Anglican church. And that's where, I'm going to leave that one open so I don't forget. So that's where we were married, in the little town. And yeah, what was I thinking? 18 and getting married. I still don't know. I think I was having an emotional meltdown. I don't know. But it is what it is, and I did what I did. Do I regret it? No, because I have my beautiful children. Do I speak to their father now that we're divorced? No. Do I care to? Nope. The kids talk to them. They're grown-ups now. Like, I haven't talked to my ex-husband in maybe 5 years. I have no desire to talk to the man. It wasn't like he ever helped me and the kids. I never got a dime of child support. But that's here or there. You don't want to hear about my sad life story about that. I had it rough. I had to raise my children by myself. If it wasn't for my family, I don't know what I'd do. But I think I'm a better person because of it. I learned a lot. Do I wish I had not got married and had gone to college like I was supposed to do? Sure. But that wasn't in the cards for me. Do I wish I could go back now? If I was still in my 30s, yeah, maybe. But now that I'm 45, I don't think I'd want to go back. I don't wish I didn't have to do the job that I do to survive. I wish I could do a job that I'm happy. Something that I would enjoy to go to every day. Because right now I don't enjoy going to work every day. I don't enjoy my job. Sometimes you got to do what you have to do to survive. And that's basically what I have to do. My dad passed away when I was 23, but he died from drinking too much. And when he came to Canada, he could afford to make wine. So every season, my dad would make Portuguese wine. And not just a little bit of wine, I'm telling you, like 6 barrels full of wine. And unfortunately, his drinking took his life. drank himself to death, which is sad. He did stop when I got married. Just before I got married, he stopped for a full 2 years. I thought it was over. And then he started back up again, and he started making more wine, which was devastating to me. But he did it. There's nothing you can do about it now. When it was too late, he was in the hospital. He's like, oh, Liz, I'm going to stop now. And by that point, it was too late. But I honestly think it's a disease that you can't stop. I think that's why I don't drink very much. Don't get me wrong, I party hardy in my 20s after my divorce, but now I don't drink. Maybe once in a while you might catch me drinking. Sometimes, like, there's this big festival that happens in our town. Sometimes on that weekend I will drink. But lately I haven't been going to that festival. So the last couple of years I have not drank at that festival. Maybe if we get a pool this year outside, maybe I'll have some coolers by the pool. That would be nice. I'm hoping my sister does get it. But oh my gosh, my foot just fell asleep because I'm sitting on the floor on my coffee table. Oh, it was so funny. My son's like, puts a comment in my video because my son's in BC. I've said that before, but my son's in BC. He's like, where are you filming that? That is not our house. And I'm like, thinking to him, like, what are you talking about? It's because of this. I bought this, like, it's just a cover, like one of those mats you can get at Walmart that you line your drawers with. I got it for my coffee table because my easel slides. So I got this so it doesn't slide. And he must have thought like I was at a counter or something. No, it's just my coffee table. I thought that was so funny. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm at home. Where else would I be? It's not like I have a life. And then there's been a lot of talk about and rants on YouTube about YouTubers starting a channel, people that are new, that have channels. I decided to do this channel for myself. I don't expect it to get popular and grow. It would be nice if it did, but I don't think it will. And I just do it because I'm enjoying it right now. And my kids get to listen to me. Because they both don't live at home anymore. So I thought it'd be a neat way to interact with people. Because the diamond community, I love the diamond painting community. They're so nice and they're so open and they welcome you. And I just wanted to share my stuff too. My paintings, my stuff. Yeah, I know you can do it on Facebook and that too. But I hummed and hawed about this. Like, it wasn't just like an overnight decision. Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. Like, I hummed and hawed about doing it. Like, my name is Lizzie Vapes. I even considered doing it when I was really into vaping. I was so passionate into vaping, like to the extreme, kind of like a session with diamond painting. I was to the extreme with vaping. It wasn't just a method of quitting smoking, which it was because I did quit smoking by vaping, but it was more, I don't even know how to explain it, like passionate. Like I was really into like that advocacy of it and helping stop, like telling the government it is a way better alternative than smoking. Going to the rallies in Toronto at Queen's Park, like I was all in that. Going to the conventions, oh my gosh, I went to so many conventions. I actually got to work the one in Ottawa. That was a blast. I had so much fun because my friend, like I said, I used to work at a vape shop. Well, I worked his booth at the convention. It was so much fun. But like after the last convention, I kind of like, it just seems like the community has kind of like drifted off. Like on Facebook, you don't see very much of them post anymore because the rules are different now. Like in Canada, you can't vape in the store unless you're testing it. Like the rules have changed and it's kind of put a damper, like we can't have a convention anymore because of the rules. So it's kind of put like a little bit of a damper in the community and they're not so high strung as they were before. But like I've had this system for 2 years. I have not upgraded. I have had no interest in upgrading. I like it. It does its purpose. I like to drip, but this is a squonky in it. Like you're gonna get education today about vaping. I don't even care. This is like a squonker. So basically there's a tube. You fill up the tube with the liquid and then you squeeze it and it comes up and it fills the residue. Oh, this is really bad. I'm not showing you. Oh, it's nasty in there. I won't show you my coils because they're bad right now. And then you just vape. And I love. I love to vape. Love it. And I blow big clouds. That's my favorite. That's just me. I hear people outside talking. My neighbors. Yeah. I'm kind of scared of my neighbor, not gonna lie. Kind of scares me a little bit. His girlfriend laughs at me, but he does scare me. I forgot what color I was on again. Really, guys? Like, seriously? I'm losing it today. I don't know how people keep track of the WIP&CHATs and remember what they're doing. Because I don't. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, now I remember. It's over here. Oh, dear Lord. I started talking about vaping and I forgot what I was doing. Yeah. So. I'm really enjoying this Manny Mazzano painting, Elizabeth. It's so fun. I love how the color blocking, like the black, I do all the black first and then I fill in the color. I feel like I'm coloring, you know, when you color sometimes, well, I used to do it. I don't know if everybody does it, but I used to outline everything in dark black and then color in. And I feel like her paintings are like that. I really enjoy that part about it. Plus they're beautiful. Oh, there's sirens going off outside. Oh, I noticed in one of my videos, You could hear the train. Yeah, I live close to the railroad tracks, so if you hear a train in the background, yeah, that would be why. It actually shakes my house. One time when I was a kid, I was sitting on the couch, and my mom used to have this like old picture, like with those heavy frames of some kind of scenery over top of the couch. And I was sitting on the edge of the couch. I don't know why I was sitting on the other edge of the couch, but I was. And the train went by and shook the house. The painting, the painting falls right behind me, almost hit me in the head. If I was sitting back, it would have hit me in the head. And it had glass around the edge, so I'm kind of glad that it didn't. Oh, sorry. Here comes the garbage truck. So, yeah. See this house? You can hear everything outside. Everything. Oh, sorry. It'll be a few minutes until the garbage man decides to grab the garbage. I hope he grabs it because I put some blinds in there. Oh, there it goes. Oh, he took it. Awesome. He's probably peed about it because they have cameras that take pictures of what you put in your garbage. But like, I remember back in the day, they used to have like a big garbage day where you could throw out like household items that you don't have anymore on the side of the road, and then some people would come around and collect your junk that they think are fortunes, and then whatever nobody picked out of there, the trucks would come by and grab all your stuff. Well, they stopped doing that, and I just wish they still did that, because my garage is full of stuff that needs to go to the dump. And you can't throw it out in the regular trash. That's another project me and my sister have to do this summer, is clear out that darn garage. If we ever want to sell this place, we gotta clear. Because I don't just have my house, I have my house, I have her house, I have my mom's. Well, most of my mom's stuff is gone. The only thing I have left of my mom's that I will not give up is her old curio cabinet, which I'm pretty sure is a darn antique. So that's the only thing I won't give up. Got Rachel's pen here, but the squishy part keeps on falling off. I got this one from Rachel Ray. I like it. It's very light. This one's from, if anybody wants to know where I got my pen, I got this from Rich Crafts. It's actually a replacement. I did get one, but it was off center, and he sent me a new one. It's kind of sad because it's a bit longer and heavier than the old one, but I'm not complaining. I love it. It's just like my pink one. I like it a lot. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the little things that look like, well, you know, I ain't gonna say out loud what I think it looks like. This is PG, people, PG. Yep. I'm gonna do this. I feel like I get nervous when I do a diamond art club. I don't know if anybody else. I feel like I'm gonna run out of my colors. Like my Alice, I didn't run out, but I felt like the whole time I was doing it, I felt like I was gonna run out of color. And I don't know. I feel like that with this painting too, because it's so big. And I have so many containers that don't have very much in them. Like, you know, I feel like Oh, am I gonna run out? I don't know. It's the crazy coming out. So now that the noise stopped, garbage man has been by. The recycle man hasn't been by yet, but he usually comes in the afternoon. So then there'll be noise again. Because I don't know about you guys, but we have these big bins. The truck just comes by and picks up the bin and dumps it. We used to have to pay $1.25 a bag. You used to have to buy these tags, and you threw them to throw out the garbage. Then all of a sudden the town came up with the bins. I like the bins a lot better. Oh, there they go yapping again outside. Oh, I hope they don't start fighting. These walls are so, they probably hear me talking to myself in here. If I can hear them, they can probably hear me. I don't know. Sorry, this WIP&CHAT has been all over the place with craziness. Craziness. I just want the nice weather to get here. It's just been raining like crazy here. I don't know about everybody else, but the weather has not been very fun here. Oh, and that light pad that I got, the seller did contact me back, and I don't understand it. I don't understand what he means by it, but I think he means like to put up a video, but I already gave it to my cousin and I have the video on YouTube, but I don't really want to send the YouTube video because I don't want him to know that I have a YouTube channel. I don't want anybody, is it awful for me to think, I don't want anybody from work to know I have a YouTube channel. I just think that people will think I'm silly. Does anybody else feel like that? And family members will think I'm crazy. I don't know. See, it all stems back to being Portuguese, right? Not accepted, not the proper thing to do. I think that's where my mentality comes from. I don't know. What do you guys think? I personally don't really care what people say about me. I never have, but like on my, this is a prime example, Facebook, okay? Let's just talk about Facebook for a minute. On my Facebook page, when I said I used to vape a lot, and I'm gonna vape again, and I'm sorry if people don't like it, but going 54 minutes without having a vape is a little bit hard for me. Even though I did it the last time, I don't know what I want to do today. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit stressed. Like, Facebook, okay, I was getting on Facebook. When I was really into the vaping thing, like I do hand checks where you take a picture of your vape and the juice you are vaping, and you post it on a picture on your Facebook page and say hand check, blah, 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 blah. Well, then people in town were like, oh, your sister is really into this vaping stuff, and she's always posting this and that and the other on her Facebook page. And it just got to the point where I just messed up, I think. No, I did not. Thought I did. So I'm like, oh, I just get so frustrated. So then when I got into diamond painting, I was doing the same thing. I was posting pictures of my work in progress on my Facebook page. Like I do post on the groups, which is fine because other people that don't diamond paint will not see your posts, right? So there I don't care posting into groups and stuff. But I was posting it on my main page too, and then I was at my Christmas party at work, and there's this guy there, which is kind of funny because his wife is one of the owners of the vaping company, the diamond painting company that's opening up in town. And he's like, oh, you're really into this diamond painting, like everything you do is diamond painting. And I'm like, you know what? So I decided Instagram is going to be for my diamond painting. That's where all my diamond painting stuff goes, is on Instagram. You will not see it on my main Facebook page. My main Facebook page will just be, you know, life stuff, or when I post on the groups, which will still be my regular Facebook page. But Instagram is where you'll see all my work in progress, because I got sick and tired of people bad-mouthing about things like, why do you care? Why do you care what I do? Why do you care if I post that? Do I care that you post your dinner plate and what you're gonna make for dinner every single night? But I have to put up with that, but you can't put up with me posting a picture of my work in progress, but I have to know that you're having chicken, pork chops, mashed potatoes, and the whole works that night for dinner? Like, it just, sorry about my rant. I just get a little bit frustrated. Like, who cares? Who cares what I do? Am I bothering you by doing my diamond painting? No, I'm not bothering you by doing my diamond painting. So why do you care? If you don't like my picture, scroll by it. If you don't like me on Facebook, delete me. Plain and simple. Like, I don't know. So that's why I decided just to go with my Instagram, because, and then I post from my Instagram to my Twitter. I do have a Twitter account. I never put it on the description. Maybe I should. I have actually 1,000 followers on Instagram. Not on Instagram, on my Twitter account. So I do have my Twitter. I always link my Instagram to my Twitter account. It's Lizzie Vapes too, at Lizzie Vapes on Twitter. It's the same as my Instagram. So if you want to check out my Twitter account, I have about, I don't know, last time I checked was 1,000 and something. I don't remember. But yeah. And that's when I was vaping, putting on my posts about vaping and stuff. So that I have, if you want to check it out. Let's see, I'm going about, oh my gosh, I actually did almost an hour. Let's just talk, do one more color and I'll actually be an hour. What color can we do? I know which one I'm going to do. First of all, I gotta put this one away. I really gotta remember what I'm doing. Put this one away. I could do that one, but I want to show you guys the AB gems, one of them, for this picture. I'll show you, they're right here. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Let me see. This is the yellow. Look at them sparkle. Yep. Love. At first I found these ones don't, on my Alice, the AB gems didn't want to pick up with my pen, but these ones aren't being so bad. I thought, oh gosh, this one's got way more AB gems in it that it's gonna drive me cuckoo. But you know what? They're picking up pretty darn good. Look at that. Love it. Oh no, great. Now they're power washing something. I could power wash my house. If they really wanted to. I'm like, oh yay. They're doing something out there. Because, you know, good weather comes in Canada and everybody's out there doing summer stuff. Oh gosh, the one day, remember, this is funny too. Remember when I said, oh, I have to go because someone's at the door? Well, my sister's boyfriend came over to cut the grass. And like, it's been raining in Ontario, like a lot. And every day I had off, it rained. So I didn't have the opportunity to cut the grass. Well, the grass in the backyard got so long, like even my dogs didn't want to go out there. Because I have little dogs. And my sister's boyfriend is like, oh, I'll cut it for you, Liz, blah, blah, blah. So he comes over, like that day that I had to stop the video because he came over to cut the grass. And took him 3 hours. 3 hours to do the backyard. Like, I'm not joking you when I'm telling you I have a big backyard. But it was even more, like, on a good day, you could probably cut that backyard in an hour. But because the grass was so long, because it rained so much, it was super thick. And it took him 2 hours. I felt so bad for him. But he never gave up. He just kept on going. Like, I was surprised. But yeah, then yesterday, him and my sister and him moved the trampoline. Yeah, because my sister has this big ass trampoline that Lord knows why she ever bought it. But it's in the backyard. And the thing weighs a flippin' ton. Like, I've never seen a trampoline weigh so much in my entire life. Like, she has to get the freaking super duper one. But oh my gosh, I can't even budge it. I can't even move it. That's how freaking heavy it is. And it's even more of a pain when you have to move it to cut underneath of it. So him and her moved it yesterday. I'm like, how did you guys even do it? Like, I know they've been lifting weights and stuff, but darn, I can't even budge the darn thing. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, my foot's asleep, people. This is real life happening here, where I'm twitching around because my foot's asleep. I just want to finish this one little patch. The strawberry patch. Right here. Yeah. Sorry if I seem a little bit crazy. But really, I'm not really crazy. Just letting you all know. I'm going out for lunch today with my best friend, Mo. My best friend, Mo, and me are going for lunch. She hasn't decided. She said anywhere but the Duke. So, I think we're going to go to Tia's. I don't know where we're going. Yeah, Tia's is a Portuguese restaurant in town. Because remember, I said everything about this town is Portuguese. Sorry about the light pad. I do still use my light pad for my diamond art clubs, even though I can see these numbers right now, but it's just a habit. It's just a habit that I have. So I've done that color. I hope you guys enjoy this WIP&CHAT. It was actually an hour. I probably rambled on about crazy stuff. I don't even know. But if you made it through to the end, you're awesome. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be tickled pink. And remember, a little dab will do ya.